Karen Frankian Aroyan.
Miran Aroyan.
So, you are from the U.S.?
Yes, we are. From Austin, Texas. But we were born in New England, in Worcester, Massachusetts.
And you are grandchildren of genocide survivors?
Yes, we are. Well, my mother's mother was from Keri, and she has a very interesting story. She asked her grandmother at lunchtime to take her on a hillside to pick berries. And as they were getting to the top of the hillside, they saw the gendarmes come in, and they watched the farmers first get massacred, and her grandmother smashed her to the ground, and they watched their entire village get massacred. Because it was very dangerous, they had to travel to the nearest city at night. So they were traveling over a lot of dead bodies, and they consumed smallpox all over their skin. And what would be my great-great-grandmother was able to get my grandmother to an orphanage, and she said, "Remember, your father is living in America, he's working on the railroads, and he will find you." So it took him 10 years, but my great-great-grandmother got my grandmother to the steps of the orphanage. After 3 days, her stomach bloated, and she collapsed. They asked the gravedigger to put her body in a pile of dead children, and when he picked her up, he felt a heartbeat, and he said, "I can't put her in the pile. Could you just give her a bed to die in?" So they did, and she didn't die. It took her dad 10 years to find her through the Red Cross, but he had been working on the railroads and investing in the stock market, and he spent his entire fortune to find her. They brought her in through Canada, and he was eventually able to bring her to the United States. A young Armenian boy saved him from a fire in Massachusetts. He promised my grandmother's hand to him if he was ever able to find her. 5 years later, my mother was born.
My father's family was from Kharpet, and they went to Lebanon before his parents came to the U.S., and my mother's family were Bolsetsis, and my mother's father actually, when he left Turkey, joined the French Foreign Legion and came back to fight the Turks.
Yes. My father's father did the same thing. He was in the French Foreign Legion as well. Yeah.
So, what's the purpose of your visit to Armenia?
We feel a calling to help the motherland. You know, we took care of our parents, we took care of our children, and it's always been my husband's dream to contribute to Hayastan in some way. So we brought our expertise here, and he's doing his best.
We have two dreams for Armenia. One is that Mount Ararat moves, and the other is that the international currency is not the dollar or the euro, but the
Tadam.
I work through this eGORTS program for the Ministry of Economy with a group called the National Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship.
NCIE.
And we are here to help to commercialize Armenia's intellectual property that exists within the research laboratories in Armenia. So, for example, yesterday we were meeting with the director of the Alakanyan Physics Institute, which is one of the most premier physics institutes in the world, to look at how can we commercialize some of their intellectual property.
And I'm a book editor, so this summer and the last few years I've been working with a gentleman who he found his uncle's genocide story, and we brought it to publication this summer. So, we're all doing our part. Everybody listening is doing their part, I'm sure.